Welcome to another Inspect the Ladder video. Today we're looking at Fiercestrike on the Asia Global ladder. So everything shown in this video can also be achieved on European servers, on North American servers. Yeah, let's look at some Fiercestrike action. So the first thing to note here is this character here uses 3 different skills for damage. So Whirlwind is probably mostly used for clearing the maps, and Fierce is mostly used for killing bosses. And the penetrating slash here is mostly a movement skill. Okay, let's look at it. So the main skill is Fiercestrike. Summons a hammer that slashes like an area, but it's mostly used for single target, since clearing maps with that is not as great. And Whirlwind, you spin around, everybody knows how it works. You want some weapon range on that, and then you can clear maps pretty good. Also, once you level it up, the movement speed dampening goes down to 25%, and on Legendary it goes even down more, so you are pretty fast later on with Whirlwind. Okay, let's look at it. So Fiercestrike is linked to Find Weakness, additional physical damage, that is a crazy amount of damage here, once you have that Legendary. Insanely good rune. Concentrated area damage, one of my favorite runes for almost any damage skills. Quick attack, also insane amount of damage here. 5% speed amplification, that's so strong. Mana Storm, one of the best strike damage amplifications in the entire game. And to strike, which dampens the attack speed, but it gives a lot of damage, and you save some mana because your attack speed is a little lower, while getting a lot of damage. So infinite amount of attack speed is actually not too great, and if you get a lot of damage as a trade-off for some attack speed, that's quite powerful too. Probably this is the weakest rune out of all of them though. Okay, let's see. Whirlwind is linked to Quick Attack, Savagery, Grip Strength, Increase gold gain chance, and Find Weakness. So yeah, as I said, that is mostly used for killing all of the trash monsters, so gold gain or any magic find can be used on it. Because all of the white and blue monsters, they don't really need you to be that crazy in terms of DPS. Melee damage amplification will be swapped in later, I think, because cannot apply status effect, will be lifted once you make it legendary. Okay. Seal of Chaos resist for a lot of chaos resist and minus mana resist. Mana cost, that's quite powerful. Ah wait, the mana cost comes from dampening resource cost. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. Seal of Striking. That is crazy amount of damage here. I wish I had that for my fireball. Vital Strike for the crit damage and rate. That is linked to versatility. Shout of Justice is linked to activation buff on inflicting crowd control. This combo should be played on any build if you can get hold of it. It removes stuns and freezes. And the cooldown is actually not too crazy. 20 seconds, so every 22 seconds you can lift 1 stun or freeze. Quite powerful. Increased duration, focus defense, and buff activation when hit are linked to Siphon Life. So every now and then, like every 26 seconds basically, you get a lifesteal from that. Brawl is the movement skill here, linked to disarm and use count. Disarm for the reduced cooldown. And the second movement skill here is Penetrating Slash. And he actually is linking fist damage there. Probably doesn't do a big difference, to be honest. And it's benefiting from Mana Storm, Find Weakness, and Strike, but to be honest, you can play this level 1. If you, like, this is just once you have a lot of money lying around, you can boost that up. Okay, so two-handed weapon is the choice here. It's easier to craft one GG weapon than to craft 2 one-handed GG weapons, so Often two-handed weapons, they have not the highest, craziest amount of potential, but it's quite a good choice to focus on one weapon and crafting one insane weapon instead of crafting two smaller weapons that are both not as good, you know. Yeah, weapon range for the Whirlwind. Lots of speed, lots of damage, double crit, so not insane on the crit. The crit is actually not that high. And the crit rate here is only 12.2, but it's quite a strong weapon. As you can see, the damage is really high, and speed on two-handed weapons, speed is way more important than on one-handed weapons, since the speed will be way slower. So it scales much better with the speed. Armor penetration here, and lots of armor and dodge rate on the helmet. Critical damage, okay. And some hit rate and some elemental resist. Quite a strong helmet. Crazy amount of armor here. 1 resist and tier 10 fist damage. The item drop rarity is a nice bonus, but you don't really need that. Crazy amount of armor and health and elemental resist. Skill rune level. Okay, this doesn't matter too much. Damage for duration of enhanced skills, that's a nice little damage boost. You can make the choice, this is like a very good defensive option, or you can play the +3 attack damage rune body armor for more damage, but you will be not as tanky. Maybe you can find one with 1500 armor and some elemental resist and the +3 to attack runes that might be more better on the offensive side of things. Lots of crit damage, lots of fist damage, lots of armor, and double crit. Insane glows here, guys. These are actually insane. What the heck? Okay, Storm's Power for the boots. Lots of dodge on it, so he's playing very hybrid with a lot of chaos resist. I assume that's the reason to play them. It's very hard to find chaos resist anywhere else in these high numbers. And lots of movement speed. Strength on the necklace here with double fizz. Nothing like this doesn't seem to be very strong. I'm sure you can find a way better necklace. Maybe he needs the mana on kill. Or he really likes the skill room cooldown recovery speed. Some all res on it. Minus mana cost on the belt here and health potion regeneration. And some all res, some resist here, some health. How much is the mana cost on this? 45? 45, so that's like 10% mana that you save. A little less than 10%, maybe like 8%, so quite good. Attack speed, fist damage, crit rate, so 4 offensive stats and cold resist, quite powerful. Some resist here, a lot of damage here as well, so very strong rings. Oh, on the charms here, he's actually going full into Hammer's Blessing and he already hit 140%. And even Accubants on 40%, that's crazy, guys. So these charms are insane. You can get these globes very, very late from tier 12 maps. Even I haven't unlocked them yet, but once you get them, you get insanely powerful compared to before. So damage when two-handed is equipped, attack crit rate, attack crit rate, attack crit rate, damage when two-handed is equipped, fist damage, and attack crit rate, and some armor if the mana is up, but that's only a small amount of time. And yeah, barrier movement speed, so these two stats are not good, but the blessing here is important. And then yeah, the Hammer's Blessing, lots of health, lots of fist damage. 30% amplification, as you can see. This is insane, insane. It is so crazy. And some lightning resist here. Don't think he needs the lightning damage, but the lightning resist is quite powerful. So let's look at the defense here. Not fully capped on the resists here. I assumed that, but he has lots of armor, lots of health, so the tankiness must be fine, I assume. And it doesn't count the seal in, so chaos resist will be way higher, like also almost like 40%. Okay. Let's look into the skill tree. 170 dex, 337 strength. And on the first trait, he's taking everything. On the second trait, he's splitting into defense here and offensive stats here. On the third one, he's going more into offense with a little health. On the fourth one, damage upon attacking, attack speed, damage, area of effect. On the fifth, actually before you go into fifth, you would be going into here, but we will show this first. On the fifth here, dodge rate and fist damage. Actually, we need to check the dodge rate on this character. I haven't looked at that. Lots of damage here, all of them. He takes everything in the sixth here. On the seventh, he almost takes everything here, except the boss damage. On the 8th, all of the applying two-handed mods. And detect prey here with the movement speed and alert movement. This is basically mandatory on any Whirlwind build, unless you're having enchanted boots that have the same effect as this here. Then you don't need this. But the other movement speed boosts here are quite powerful as well, so it's nice to have. Avatar of Caster is the main relic for now. With lots of strength and sensory stimulation linked to recovery and increased buff effect. And the second one is Avatar of Speaker for the armor, and it's linked to Earthshock. But mostly this won't be active, so Earthshock doesn't matter here, it's more for the passive. Okay, that's the build, guys. I hope you like it, and I'll see you in the next video.